What is up, YouTube, Steam blockchain? So today I want to do a video with a little bit of a dramatic title, but this is like the video I want to have used time-stamped on a blockchain so I can go back and look at it in maybe 5 years and see if I was right. And this is also the video that I would like to see because right now with these smartphones, I like to go on the internet, look for news, see what happens in each country. And usually you don't find that many great videos where people are talking about stuff. So you sort of have to create your own videos and sort of try to find some information and then sort of try to make a video that I would love to see. Like I would love to see a video that I'm doing right now because I want to know like what happens, what goes on, and I want people to like summarize information so I can easier understand what happens in the world and how everything is connected. So this video is going to be a little bit about Poland, and yeah, the dramatic title is basically that I believe that Zloty, that currency, is going to be dead by 2025 and be replaced basically by something as blockchain-based solution for transferring value to people. And of course, this is something that Steam users already know. They can already see this is sort of the future. This works. Um, and you can also see that people need to sort of do videos like this in many ways to sort of try to broad their perspectives and sort of try new topics. And now I also do believe that a lot of people are like they're first looking for information, and you know, they want to find great information, and it's just sad with a lot of news medias right now. They're not that good at like getting great information, so it's very frustrating now, but because there's almost no videos about it, and it's like super annoying. So that's why I'm doing this video. So let's talk a little bit about Poland. So I wrote down some key things that I just that uh, that really comes up in my mind when I think about this, that I'm gonna cover a little bit fast. And this video basically was inspired by this sort of article over here, which you can find on Politico, and it basically talks about Poland's economic miracle won't last. And then he said, rather than preparing for the inevitable downturn, the government is pursuing short-sighted policies that will hamper long-term growth. So there are a few key things that I want to talk a little bit fast, that comes to my mind super quick. So in Poland, they're basically using this zloty currency. They're not using the euro currency. So they have their own currency that's only being used in Poland. So a few key things that I want to mention pretty quick here, that is kind of important to have in mind first. First, it's that we're probably going to see some kind of debt reset the next 5 years. So some kind of monetary reset, because you see the level of debt that each country is in, because how the monetary system currently works is not really that sustainable. So it seems, because it's just creating value out of thin air, and there's no transparency how much is in circulation and what is happening. So it seems like there's going to be some form of reset happening the next 5 years. And then other aspect is when people are talking about countries are doing so well, like employment is going up and all of this, and like value, there's a lot of value in circulation and stuff like that. We should remember that making money at the moment it's very cheap. It's just ones and zeros, someone typing it in a computer, and you just put it in circulation, and if people believe it has value, the system can go on for a long time. The third point is basically how English learning is going to be such a big point in a global world. Like people really need to become extremely good at English so they can like speak to people in a global world. And this is something that I also do believe that Poland is sort of lacking a little bit behind. And this is some quick observations. And then we do have, okay, so I talk about the Zloty probably will be replaced by blockchain solutions already before 2025. And I look at that based on how fast I see smartphones, or how good high-end smartphones is in 2019, and just imagine how good it's going to be in a couple of years. And the so-called hockey stick curve, like the exponential curve, how it's probably going to go. And then some other points here that I'm thinking, yeah, 2023, I think most people is going to have high tech. So a lot of people that don't even have uh, high technology, maybe even in 2020 or 2021, I think it's going to go real fast here quite soon, which is going to make it so most people will eventually be able to afford high level technology. The cost is probably going to go down dramatically, and then it means that everyone eventually is going to sit on these very high end devices, which is going to bring so much more freedom, and they are sort of going to consider more stuff. So I think that's going to happen by 2023. And I mean, I may be wrong about this, and that's why I'm putting it on a blockchain, so I can like go back and like see what my thoughts were and stuff like that, because I like to check that out. And then there's some other strange things. So a lot of stuff right now, everyone is like obsessed about statistics. So for example, it said a little bit, oh, the employment went up a little bit 2016 to 2018. And people, it's this statistic obsession, like obsessing about small numbers here and there, some small little stats going up, and this idea of productivity, and also the idea of like employment and productivity. Well, all this becomes obsolete in an artificial intelligence age, where the idea of a human being and like they have to produce something, that concept is just going to be old, because because a machine can produce so much, and just because we're only doing intellect based tasks, where we are just comparing data, we're just computing data, just means that a robot will eventually do all the productivity. And then the idea of measure employment, and the idea of trying to basically measure everything with a human being, that's not going to make any sense, because the robot is just going to do anything that you're doing. It's just going to do it faster and better and easier. And then even the idea of like measure how many people have a job, all of this is just going to be obsolete. It's going to be outdated ways of sort of looking at things. And because it's a paradigm shift. So, and then, yeah, you do have this idea that the state there in Poland, they're talking about just more children, like it's going to solve something. But if you are then in this new paradigm, where you can't like look at it as, oh, how much is each child is going to produce? Oh, it's going to be employed somewhere, because that's kind of like how they're looking at it in the old economic system. They're sort of looking at it as, oh, we more children means more economic growth. But you have to look at this in a global perspective now, and that is basically that you have a world that is going up to 10 billion human beings. That's a lot of human beings. So it's like there's not a shortage of humans on this planet. And you also have other stats. They're saying that you may see 1 billion migrants coming the next 10 to 15 years, like people that are going to migrate just because of economic reasons. They're going to move into other regions. And that means that there's not like a shortage of human beings. But people sort of looking at this in a way that, oh, children is going to solve everything. It's going to like it's as they believe that there's a shortage of human beings on this planet, but it's not. There's not a shortage of human beings. Other animals, yes, they should probably breed and stuff like that, but human beings, there's not a shortage of human beings. But it's almost like people believe that there's a shortage of human beings. But we went from 1.6 billion 119 years ago, and now we're 7.7 billion. So it's like it's not even a thing, which is kind of interesting. And this is something that people should have in their awareness, that it's going up to 10 billion humans 2050. That's a lot of humans. It's like people do not have to breed more. And this is just common sense. Like if you really look at stats, it's like, yeah, we are a lot already. And And then also this other big point here is with these new blockchain systems, they are more inclusive, right? So it's like what you need a lot of economic freedom, and then you need new technology. You need blockchain technology, you need tokenized systems. They're basically going to replace the Zloty, because the Zloty is an exclusive currency. Like, it's an exclusive monetary currency, which you can't, like, if you have Zloty and if you want to send it to someone that's not a Polish person, you cannot do that. It's like you're restricted in how you can use that monetary unit. So it's not that it's bad or anything, it's just limited. And in a global world, you basically need a currency you can send to eventually, if moving up to 10 billion humans, but now we're 7 billion, you need a currency, you need a token-based digital technology system that is open, borderless, permissionless, and you need it so everyone can basically access it with a high-tech smartphone and send it to anyone else. So you need inclusive currencies, and that's basically what's going to happen with these digital blockchain based solutions. For example, Steam, BitShares, EOS. Like, you need like a decentralized open system, and it's not perfect, but you sort of need eventually move all of this to new technologies. And that's basically probably what's going to happen before 2025. And yeah, it's just going to be a paradigm shift, and people are going to deny it, yeah, very long time. But people that are in this space and have the experience of the new technology, they sort of see how it's going to take over. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit quick what I wanted to talk about, and I probably missed a lot about what I wanted to say, but I wanted to give just a quick video saying it a little bit. And yeah, I want this time stamped on the blockchain so I can go back.